This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for April 15th, 2025. Just announced, Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace are heading out on a co-headlining tour with Return to Dust opening. They're stopping New England September 11th at the Xfinity Center in Mansfield, Massachusetts. Tickets are on sale now. The New England Metal and Hardcore Festival is returning to the Palladium Outdoors in Worcester, Massachusetts on September 20th. Lorna Shore is set to headline the stacked lineup featuring Cannibal Corpse, the Black Dahlia Murder, and more. The festival launched in 1999, becoming a cornerstone of the metal and hardcore scenes, hosting acts like Megadeth, Lamb of God, Meshuggah, and more. Co-founder Scott Lee said, "We've done this fest over a bunch of formats through the years, 2 days, 3 days, you name it. This time it's 1 day, but we didn't cut corners. This lineup is stacked from top to bottom. We're bringing you the best of the best, all gas, no breaks, we." Bring Me the Horizon guitarist Lee Malia said that he recently performed live for 6-year-olds at his child's school and found it more daunting than a headlining slot at Reading and Leeds. Saying, quote, "The other day at my daughter's school, they had Rockstar Day where they all dressed as rock stars. Her head teacher asked me to go in and play for the kids in the school hall, saying it was more nerve-wracking than playing Reading. I just played them like deep-cut Metallica riffs to 6-year-olds who didn't have a clue what I was playing. It was surreal, but they loved it. They were all jumping around and stuff, so it was pretty fun." Former Judas Priest drummer Les Binks has passed away at the age of 73. The band releasing a statement saying, quote, "We are deeply saddened about the passing of Les and send our love to his family, friends, and fans." The acclaimed drumming he provided was first class, demonstrating his unique techniques, flair, style, and precision. Thank you, Les. Your acclaim will live on. He played drums on Stained Class, Hellbent for Leather, and Unleashed in the East. Shirley Manson from Garbage has fired back at a recent Daily Mail article that called out the band's appearance in a recent promotional photo. The piece was centered around the band's latest single, There's No Future in Optimism, but chose to use the headline, "Iconic American rock band look unrecognizable." Posting on her Instagram, Shirley Manson took the tabloid to task, saying, well, quite a header from the Daily Mail yesterday. What is this supposed to mean?" She said, "Look, I'm nearly 60 years old. Of course, I'm not going to look anything like I did in my late 20s. Quite honestly, I think it would be a bit creepy if I did, but that's just me. Either way, this kind of language is weaponized to put a woman like me in my place, so I've decided to reject this gift. This gift is a fail. I shall continue to age as I am. I will continue to wrinkle and flub, lose an inch of my height here and gain an inch or two there, but I will still look cute in my pajamas with my bedhead with no makeup, and I will always, no matter what I look like, no matter what they say about me, I will always and forever rock harder than most." Stevie Nicks has announced a run of 2025 tour dates. The new schedule begins at the TD Garden in Boston on August 8th and wraps up on October 15th at the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. Tickets go on sale to the general public this Friday, April 18th at 10 a.m. Halestorm have unveiled the teaser for their new single, Darkness Always Wins. The debut single is just over a week away with an April 22nd premiere date. The band's guitarist, Joe Hottinger, said, "We wrote this down in Savannah. It was the first song we wrote for what became the album. It was like a test session. We went down there to see how it was working with Dave Cobb. We wrote and recorded this in 2 days at his studio. It was the beginning of a beautiful relationship that turned into a beautiful album. We can't wait for everyone to hear what we've been up to." Tentative plans have the band's 6th studio album arriving later this year from Atlantic Records, with the exact details still pending. Avatar entered the studio this past January to begin work on their 10th studio album. The follow-up to 2023's Dance Devil Dance was once again produced by Jay Rustin, who has previously worked with Anthrax, Steel Panther, and Uriah Heep. The new Avatar album is tentatively due later in 2025. In a new interview, vocalist Johannes Eckerstrom stated that the band's songwriting process for the band's upcoming album, saying, quote, "For me, I set a starting date around August 2023. I was thinking next album a lot. Also, because touring and life in general, there's not this huge long period of just disappearing and writing, so I kind of personally rely on having a bit more manic periods. So it was something towards the end of the summer and then a bit around December and January that year. Then we did a lot of touring again, and little things can happen on tour, some really important things, even in the songwriting, but not a huge volume of stuff. The big volume of stuff means that you get to sit down at home and work in peace and fail in peace. Bush have released the teaser for their upcoming new song, 60 Ways to Forget People, setting the release date for this Thursday, April 17th. The band has already announced that their upcoming album, I Beat Loneliness, is set for release at some point this summer. Van Halen's Jump has officially joined Spotify's Billions Club. The milestone was reached on April 12th, making it the band's first song to achieve the feat of 1 billion streams on the platform. Alex Van Halen saying on Instagram, "Thanks for all the fans for listening." And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 253, featuring Cullen Moore from Sleep Theory, is available now. And check out this week's bonus episode with Tobias Forge from Ghost.